Rise, Meg.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I'm Star Wars Meg, back with another Mandalorian Season 2 update, and to provide you with all of the news from a galaxy far, far away. So we are just one day away from Chapter 14, only a few hours to go, and I'm super excited to see what happens next in this season of Mando, as we're going into the final 3 episodes of the season. So in today's news update, we have some big information about Season 3. We're also going to be talking about Grogu and Ahsoka Tano. Before I get into the video, please may I ask you to hit like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and welcome if you are, and also be sure to hit the notification bell to be alerted each and every time I post new content. You can expect daily Star Wars videos from me, and also just a huge thank you for 23,000 subscribers. Now, without any more jibber jabber, let's get into it. So before we speak about this Season 3 news, let us take a look at this article from Radio Times, which is speaking about fan service in The Mandalorian Season 2. This has been a topic of conversation amongst many fans ever since the season started, and even before then when there were rumours about Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan, and even Sabine Wren. So this article states, is The Mandalorian Season 2 betting too big on fan service? A lack of appeal amongst casual fans could be a major pitfall going forward, says David Craig. The latest episode of Mando has been a treat for die-hard fans, where the first season was a fun sci-fi romp that existed largely separate from the wider saga. This sophomore season has been more embedded in existing lore by introducing characters from expanded universe of novels and animated shows. But while these additions have made the most ardent followers very happy, one has to wonder whether one of the biggest world entertainment properties is becoming too niche for mainstream audiences. Ever since word leaked in March that Rosario Dawson had been chosen to bring fan favourite animated character Ahsoka into live action, the arduous wait for her arrival has defined this entire season. Discussion around the teaser trailer and the first 4 episodes was largely overshadowed by speculation on her whereabouts, barring a brief intermission to discuss that fleeting Boba Fett cameo. And while Dawson's debut was well worth the wait for the most passionate corners of the fandom, the question is, what about everyone else? With an increasing number of avid fan communities cropping up online, it's easy to forget that the majority of the Star Wars audience is comprised of more casual consumers. Some people might not want to admit it, but the fact is that you don't get to The Force Awakens' $2 billion box office gross without tapping into the mass market. With this in mind, a substantial number of The Mandalorian viewers have likely never watched a single episode of Clone Wars or Rebels. And for those people, the show must feel a little bit inaccessible at best. These people don't get to share in the thrill of Ahsoka and Bo-Katan jumping into live action, the re-emergence of the Darksaber, or even a name drop such as Grand Admiral Thrawn. So here's the question, has The Mandalorian gone too far in terms of fan service? When you consider the fact that we've already had Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano links to the Skywalker saga with regards to the cloning facility of the Imperial Remnant, there's a lot there for the die-hard fans, and we have to ask, what about the casual viewers who may have only seen the Skywalker saga or even just parts of the Skywalker saga? So I ask this because even amongst my own viewers, most of you guys, just like me, you're die-hard fans. You've seen the Clone Wars, you've seen Rebels, you read the comics, Legends material, you read the novelizations, the expanded editions. You're pretty die-hard fans just like I am. But I do get comments sometimes from more casual viewers who are very confused as to what happened in a certain episode. And even when I do the episode breakdowns, they're still a little bit confounded about what they saw because they didn't see perhaps any of the animated series. So it does beg the question, have they gone a little bit too far with it? I don't necessarily have a yes or no answer to this, but what I will say and what I presume is that Lucasfilm are currently in a period of time where they're trying to win back the trust, the viewership, and the support of die-hard fans, because at the end of the day, a lot of them felt like the sequel trilogy wasn't for them. And so I believe The Mandalorian is trying to repair that in some way. And I think Filoni and Favreau are absolutely incredible directors, writers, and series creators in general. And I think they're doing a phenomenal job with The Mandalorian. And don't get me wrong, I've absolutely loved seeing Bo-Katan in live action, Ahsoka Tano, the fact that Boba Fett was confirmed to have survived the Sarlacc pit. But at the end of the day, we do have to consider, are the casual fans feeling left out? Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below, and let's move on to our next article since I've jibber-jabbered quite a lot on this subject. So this is from Comic Book Movie, and they have spoken about a rumor to do with Season 3. The Mandalorian Season 3 is rumored to feature Naboo N1 starfighters. Will we return to Jar Jar Binks' home planet? Now, of course, this is a callback to Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and let me read to you from this article. Naboo was introduced in Star Wars Episode 1, but the space saga has never seemed to be in too much of a rush to return to the Gungan home planet. But could that be about to change on the small screen? According to Making Star Wars, 2 prequel-era starships will feature in upcoming episodes of The Mandalorian Season 2 and Season 3. Boba Fett's Slave 1 and a Naboo N1 starfighter. Fett's iconic ship will reportedly appear in one of the remaining Season 2 episodes, while the N1 starfighter is said to have been constructed for the upcoming 3rd season. Although this is far from confirmation that we will revisit Naboo on the show, it is a pretty good indication that the planet and possibly its extremely irritating inhabitants will factor into the plot in some capacity. I think it's a bit unfair to call the Gungans irritating. I think it was just Jar Jar Binks. But then they go on to say, could Jar Jar Binks himself show up? It would be a perfect opportunity for Ahmed Best to reprise the role and give some closure to the character. I'm just going to say flat out, I very much doubt he would want to do this. After all, it was playing Jar Jar Binks that basically ruined his life when the fans gave him so much shit that he, was on the verge of not wanting to be here anymore, let's just put it that way. So I don't think we will see him, but I do think it could be closure for the character, because according to the comics, Jar Jar Binks survived after the fall of the Empire in Return of the Jedi, and he died in shame because obviously everyone knew he was responsible for appointing emergency powers to Emperor Palpatine. So now finally we're just going to turn to a quick article which is called The Mandalorian Fan Poster Imagines Sebastian Stan as Post-Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. So a lot of people, including myself, have believed that the Jedi who might appear to Grogu is going to be Luke, and now there is a fan poster of Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker, and it looks pretty impressive. I would love to see Luke appear again, and I think it would tie in well with the sequels and the original trilogy, but let me know what you think of this down below. So that is all of the news I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and just to say that tomorrow after chapter 14 drops, I will be doing my usual full episode breakdown with Easter eggs and the ending explained. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day. No matter where you dwell in the galaxy, have a good one.